Welcome back to Checkpoint. We've been challenging you with this theme that it's worth the risk. Your dreams, your aspirations, the goals you have set for yourself in 2014. If you're going to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish in 2014, you can't take the easy way out. It's going to involve you taking some risk. And so what I want to share with you today is, how do you know that you've heard from God? Because as a child of God, I have to recognize that every step that I take, it first must be approved by God. So how do you know that you have heard from God? Well, one of the fathers of the faith, Abraham, in the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 3, God says to him, "And in you all the families of the earth will be blessed." If you know Abraham's story, Abraham took a big risk. He left his family. He left the familiar to follow God into a place that he did not know. You're talking about taking a risk. Can you imagine Abraham's family, his friends, his loved ones? When Abraham said that he was about to step out of his comfort zone, they said, "Man, you're taking a big risk." But whenever you take a big risk, you receive a big reward. So I want to share with you three things, three ways to know how you have heard from God. The first way you'll know that you've heard from God is that the opportunity will challenge you and what you are doing right now. You see, oftentimes we get comfortable. We get stuck in a rut. But what God says, he says, "I want you to take a risk, because the opportunity that I'm placing before you is going to challenge who you are and what you are doing right now." The second way is that God always calls us to do something. God does not call us to quit something or leave a place so that we can do nothing for the rest of our lives. So if you're saying, "God, is this really you?" and you're looking at your situation about taking a risk and you're saying, "Well, I'm going to stop doing this thing, but I don't know what I'm going to do next." No, God always calls us to do something. So if you're saying, "Well, I'm tired of the place that I'm in right now," but you don't have any clue about what God wants you to do next, it may be God telling you to stay put where you are, because there's some risk that I've already laid before you that you haven't even taken yet. And lastly, how do you know that you've heard from God? Well, God sets before us a challenge that holds the opportunity for blessings beyond ourselves. I know that's challenging, because we live in a world that says it's all about me. But that is not the case. There are some risks that God is going to ask you to take that will have nothing to do with you, but will have everything to do with making life better for someone else. It's worth the risk, my brother. It's worth the risk, my sister. See you next time. Are you excited about this new year? I am. And I want to bring you into my excitement, because I've decided in 2014, this year is going to be my best year. Because I've decided to step up to the plate, to take some challenges, to do some things that I've never done before. And that involves taking some risk. The question today is, how do we determine which risk to take? Well, because